Have you ever pondered on the riddle of our existence? The question of how mankind came to be is as old as time itself. Let us delve into the chronicles of creation, where the story of humanity begins with a single man, Adam, who was made in the likeness of God. Our narrative unfolds on the day God created man, fashioning him to bear a strong resemblance to his divine image. This man, Adam, was not alone, for God created them male and female, blessing them and bestowing upon them the name Adam. After living for 130 years, Adam begot a son, Seth, who was made in his own likeness and image. Adam's life continued for 800 more years, during which he fathered other sons and daughters. The length of Adam's life spanned 930 years before he passed away. Our lineage then follows Seth, who lived 105 years before he begot Enos. Seth's life, post-Enos, extended for 807 years, during which he fathered more sons and daughters. In total, Seth lived for 912 years. Moving forward, we encounter Enos, who lived for 90 years before begetting Canaan. Enos's life, post-Canaan, continued for 815 years, during which he fathered more children. Enos lived a total of 905 years. The narrative then shifts to Canaan, who lived 70 years before begetting Mahalalel. Canaan's life, post-Mahalalel, continued for 840 years, during which he fathered more sons and daughters. Canaan lived for 910 years in total. Our chronicle then proceeds with Mahalalel, who lived 65 years before he begot Jared. Mahalalel's life, post-Jared, extended for 830 years, during which he fathered more children. All the days of Mahalalel were 895 years. Jared, who lived 162 years before begetting Henoch, continued to live for 800 years after Henoch's birth, fathering more sons and daughters. Jared lived for 962 years. Henoch lived 65 years before begetting Methuselah. After Methuselah's birth, Henoch lived another 300 years, fathering more sons and daughters. His life spanned 365 years. Intriguingly, Henoch was seen no more because God took him. Methuselah lived 187 years before begetting Lamech. After Lamech's birth, Methuselah lived another 782 years, fathering more sons and daughters. His life spanned 969 years. Lamech lived 182 years before he begot a son. He named his son Noah, believing that Noah would comfort them from the works and labors of their hands on the earth, which the Lord had cursed. After Noah's birth, Lamech lived another 595 years, fathering more sons and daughters. Lamech's life spanned 777 years. Our chronicle concludes with Noah, who at 500 years old begot Sem, Cham, and Japheth. In summary, we have traced the generations of Adam, beginning with the creation of man, made in the likeness of God, through the lineage of Seth, Enos, Canaan, Mahalalel, Jared, Henoch, Methuselah, Lamech, and finally, Noah. Each generation is marked by long lifespans and the birth of sons and daughters, contributing to the growth and development of mankind. This ancient narrative provides a fascinating insight into the early days of humanity, inviting us to ponder the mystery of our existence.